morning, friends. How are you? Hope you're well and you've had a good week. Mine has been very quiet. I felt very, very tired last Monday. I loved having a friend here. It was great. I really, really enjoyed that last weekend. It was so fun. I just felt really tired on Monday, and it's kind of carried on through the week. So I had a couple of things. I had a yoga lesson booked. I had a glass lesson booked. I cancelled both of those because I decided, no, I just need this week to rest, and that's what I've done. I'm feeling better, thank you. I'm got a wee bit more energy, which is nice. And I've sort of started to sort of want to do things again, which is good. So that's kind of the week is a quiet but very, very nice to be quiet, if that makes sense. Reading wise, there was 2 books that I had on the go last weekend, I think, and I finished both of them, and I started 2 others, finished one of them, so let's get into them, shall we? So I finished Dead, White and Blue by Annie McEwen, gave this one 4 out of 5. I really liked being back in this world. I liked being back in the Northwoods sort of campsite, and in this one there is a 4th of July celebration, and that afternoon there'd been an altercation outside Emmy's friend's Willa's workplace, and one of the men in the altercation ends up dead at the 4th of July celebration. And to begin with, the fingers point at one, the person they obviously, the first person to look at is the guy they had the argument with. But then other people come to the fore, and there is there's various people who have come to the town for a holiday and are staying at the campsite and everything. Could one of them be involved? And if so, why? So Emmy, as usual, decides she and Willa and Marcus decide, right, we're going to do our own little wee bit of an investigation here. Much to the disgust of the police chief, he's like, no, please don't. Just, did you not learn last time, sort of thing? I really love the dynamic between Emmy and Willow. I think is it Willow? Gosh, I think it's Willow. Am I getting her name wrong? Oh my goodness gracious me. That would be awful, wouldn't it? Oh, come on. Whitney. I knew we began with a W. So I know I can hear Tiffany and his cousin Sonia going, Fiona, it's Whitney, it's Whitney, it's Whitney. So anyway, I love their friendship dynamic. I also like the friendship dynamic with Marcus as well. I think it's really good. And into this dynamic, we also now have Marcus's cousin Sam, whom I think Whitney is going to have. I think she's got a bit of a crush on him, if I'm totally honest. I also like there's some angst between Emmy and Dean. It was like, doesn't he want a relationship? Does he want a relationship? Does he not? What's happening? Where So there was that as well. We also had Emmy's dad recovering from surgery, etc. So I really like this because she sort of stepped up more into the role of almost running the campsite and everything, which I really liked seeing that for her development that way. So yeah, I like this, and I've got the next one to read as well, so I am definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be good. I will pass this on to Dad now. Then I also finished Return to Sula by Lavinia Derwent. This was my Lavinia Derwent pick for the classic or the children's literature book group that's run by Beth from Soulstain Link. I will leave a link to Beth's channel down below. So this is book 2 in the Sula series. In this one, Magnus reluctantly agrees to go off of Sula for the health of the dog, okay? And he has to go to the mainland And it's like what he finds about the mainland, people that he meets, and then he comes back to Sula with one of the people that he has met. And this man has been in Sula before when he was younger, and he actually met Magnus's mum and dad. And Magnus's gran hasn't really said much about his parents, so this man, the Duke, it gives Magnus something that becomes very precious to him, which is lovely. And he appreciates all that Magnus does and everything, and he appreciates Magnus's talent as an artist. We also catch up with the lives of some of the other Sula inhabitants and what is happening to them. There's a few, shall we say, incidents that that make kids being kids. And where is it? There's one of the boys has an imaginary friend called Avizandum. And I'm thinking, Avizandum? Where does this come from? But I really like that. I love this series. As I say, this has been in my possession. This has been in my life since I was probably about 5 years old. And I think for middle grade me, I'm going to read books 3 and 4 because I want to refresh my memory of everything that happens. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this. Scottish Island life. What happens when somebody goes to the mainland, how they find the mainland, and just characters. It's just really, really good. I then picked up The Amish Matchmaking Dilemma by Patricia John. Oh, here, go away. By Patricia Johns. This was my pick for the category romance book group that Sarah from the Bookish Knitter runs. I will leave a link to her channel. I'll leave a link to Tiffany's channel and Sonia's channel down below as well. She runs Sarah, and it's also my nod to Amish in April as well, run by Sarah and Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I will leave all their channels in the description box below. So in this one we meet Naomi. And Naomi is what she's termed, what our community says, she's a bit of a liberal thinker, okay? Oh gosh, hold on. Sula, by the way, Return to Sula got 4.5 out of 5. The Amish Matchmaker Dilemma got 4 out of 5. So as I was saying, Naomi is a bit of a liberal thinker, and she and one of her best friends, Claire, who has a little boy called Aaron, they run Naomi's family's B&B because her sister is married and her sister is living in a farm, so Naomi and Claire are running the B&B. But they also have Englishers in to test their pies. They're part of an Englisher tour that happens within their district. So people come in and taste their pies, their jams, and they can buy goods as well. And one day when the tour is due, the person that's driving the buggy is not the normal person. It is somebody from Naomi's childhood called Mose. And Mose has a stutter. And he'd moved away to another community. But has come back because he wants Naomi's sister to matchmake him a wife, basically. But Naomi's sister thinks it would be a good idea because he got on so well with Naomi when they were children. that it'd be a good idea for the two then to spend time together, because she might be able to help him overcome his stutter. He's familiar with her, he's comfortable in her presence, etc. So this is their story. It's the story of, can a liberal thinking Amish lady and a fairly conservative Amish man fall in love? And what that will mean for them. And what that will mean for their community. There is also the story of Naomi wanting to not keep their way of life in some ways to themselves, but to show the Englishers how they live by maybe helping, bring them into their sewing bees, things like that. And there's various things that maybe will happen, maybe won't happen. I really liked it. I liked it. To begin with, I sort of sent a passage to both Beth from Soul Standing and Elizabeth from Lizzie Fay Loves Books. So I was like, I felt it was very much the way it was written. I thought, oh my gosh, they're exploiting themselves in some ways to make money. But the more the story went on, you realise I knew that it wasn't that. It was just the way it was written. But they, like everybody else, have to make a living. So they sell their preserves. They sell the quilts, their crochet. They sell their pies. And I'm used to that from other books, but it was just the way that this particular passage was written. I thought, whoa, okay. I really liked seeing the growth of both Naomi and Mose. I really liked that. I liked also, there's a character that comes in fairly near the end, and I liked seeing how being with them helped, which was good. I also liked seeing one of the other ladies something had happened and her friends rallied round her. I really liked that bit. So yes, it was really good. I really liked Patricia Johns as a writer. I would like to read more from her, which I love. I love that. I think this is probably book 2 in a series. Yes, I can hear Storm going, Fiona, you need to read from the beginning. Sorry. But it's fine. I thoroughly enjoyed it, which was good. And then I picked up one that I'd bought for my dad, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. And he said, I think you will too. And that is The Spy Coast by Tess Gerritsen. This is not a Rizzoli and Isles. This is a brand new series that she started. And this is to do with Maggie. I'll read you a couple of paragraphs. Maggie Bird is many things. A chicken farmer, a good neighbour, a seemingly average retiree living in the seaside town of Purity. She's also a darn good rifle shot, and she never talks about her past. When a body is left in Maggie's driveway, she knows it's a calling card from old times. It's been 15 years since a failed mission that ended her career as a spy. Step forward the Martini Club, Maggie's silver-haired book group to anyone who asks, and a cohort of former spies behind closed doors. With their help, she might be able to save the life she's built. I am really enjoying this. It is a jumpy story. It jumps about quite a bit between now and we were getting snapshots of her former life. And I am really enjoying it. I like Maggie. I think she's a great character. I like her martini friends. They're, it's like when the body was found, like 2 of them come up and the police are like, what are you doing? Oh, well, we're just looking, when did rigor set in? And when did such an... They're like, how did you know about this? Oh, we watched these murder programs. But they're actually former spies, so they're actually picking up information, which is really fun. There's an elderly neighbour who lives in the property like across the way, and he's homeschooling his granddaughter. And she's a lovely wee character. She really is. You know, she and Maggie sell their eggs at the local co-op, and just to make some extra money, and it's pocket money for the girl. And I just love the characters in this. I like the town as well. It seems a really nice community. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading where this. I'm in chapter 15, so I've got that to go. So what I plan to do this weekend, I'm not going to pick up any other books. I'm going to read that one because I'd like to get that one finished this weekend if I can. Or definitely try and finish it before the month end, which would be good. So yes, so that's what I've been reading this week. I say, although I finished 3 books, 2 were mostly read, 1 was a full finish. I haven't been pushing the reading this week at all. It's just been taking it nice and gently. But yeah, so that's it for this video. That's what I'm going to be reading this weekend. I'm just going to have 1 book on the go. What else am I going to be doing this weekend? Well, there's rugby on, so definitely get rugby on tonight and tomorrow, which is good. I have a few things I want to do. I'm just going to see how my energy levels are. I quite fancy making the idea of making some new bookmarks, but actually colouring them in myself, rather than having using just pre-coloured pictures, etc. I found some outlines and I fancy maybe trying to design some bookmarks with them and colouring them in and then laminating them. I'll see how I feel. I'm not going to push myself in any way, shape or form. But that's it for this one. Please come chat with me down in the comments. If you read any of the books I've mentioned, come chat with me. I want to know what you thought of them. If you've read The Spy Closed, no spoilers please, but I'm happy to chat about any of them. What have you been reading this week? I would love to know. What are your plans for the weekend? Come chat with me down in the comments. And on the way there, if you'd like to, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. It just helps keep my channel growing in the algorithm. And also, why not hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already? It will let you see when I'm bringing out new videos. It again keeps my channel growing, which it is, and I've got some new subscribers over the last week, so thank you very, very much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers who are becoming friends, and every subscriber I think of as a friend, and I really appreciate you being here for me, watching my videos. It means so much, and I'm loving this wee community I'm building, and which is wonderful. It's really, really good. But that's it for now, friends. I hope you have a good weekend, and until my next video, stay safe, happy reading. Bye.